Before we begin tonight's general announcement, tonight the Illinois Tech lacrosse programs would like to take a moment to recognize and sincerely thank a very special family for their incredible generosity and support of our lacrosse program. Thanks to the kindness and commitment of the Weschler family, our teams now have brand new lacrosse goals that will benefit not only our current players, but our future student athletes as well. This donation is more than just equipment. It's a gift that enhances the experience of our student athletes, supports the growth of the game, and reflects the strong community spirit that makes this program so special. On behalf of our players, coaches, and the entire athletic department, we extend our deepest gratitude to Jody and Frank Weschler for their support. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause in their honor. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into Stuart Field for tonight's men's lacrosse matchup. This is a Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference matchup between the visiting Benedictine University Eagles and your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. Illinois Tech and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or other abusive comments and actions directed at the officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives would not be tolerated and may be grounds for removal from Stuart Field. Now would all fans please rise, remove your hats as we honor America for the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet our starting lineups. First for the visiting Benedictine University Eagles. A first-year midfielder from Woodstock, Illinois, number 10, Jack Wayan. A junior attacker from Conifer, Colorado, number 14, Aiden Elliott. Junior attacker from Peoria, Illinois, number 17, Luke Grant. A senior goalkeeper from Commerce Township, Michigan, number 18, Colin Doyle. A junior long stick midfielder from Denver, Colorado, number 20, Dominic Flores. A junior attacker from Billings, Montana, number 25, Luis Hernandez. A senior defender from Rancho Murrieta, California, number 36, Cooper Lilich. Junior defender from Huntley, Illinois, number 40, Matthew Brunken. A first-year midfielder from Kenosha, Wisconsin, number 41, Oliver Hulbert. And a senior defender from Sacramento, California, number 58, Nathan Theodorovich. The Eagles are coached by head coach Josh Barry Wingate in his first season. Assistant coaches Griffin Cleary, Eric Orndorff, Cole Schulte, and Sammy Senko. And now the starting lineups for your Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. A first-year defender from Woodbury, Minnesota, number 2, Bodie Gortson. Junior attacker from Denver, Pennsylvania, number 3, Alexander Stocker. Graduate student defender from Bay Village, Ohio, number 4, Henry Rankin. A first-year attacker from Morgantown, West Virginia, number 7, Connor Montgomery. Senior goalkeeper from Lakewood, California, number 8, Kyle Johnson. Sophomore defender from Round Lake Beach, Illinois, number 10, Owen Silverman. A senior attacker from Woodland Hills, California, number 12, Jackson Brass. First-year attacker from West Dundee, Illinois, number 18, Will Von Iser. A junior midfielder from Los Angeles, California, number 20, Diego Sosa. And a first-year attacker from Berkeley, California, number 32, Mark Rabusi. The Scarlet Hawks are coached by head coach Dan Sharbaugh in his 6th season. Assistant coaches Frank Weschler and Oliver Kennedy. And we're underway here at Stuart Field. Hello, everyone. This is Eric Willowhite, Sports Information Director for Illinois Tech Athletics. Going to bring you the call for today's men's lacrosse matchup. A NAC matchup between the visiting Benedictine University Eagles and the host Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks. It's partly cloudy. It's a night game, so the temperatures will be dropping henceforth if they haven't already. It is cold here on the south side of Chicago. You heard the starting lineups. Johnson intercepts that one. Benedictine coming in with a record of 6-8 overall. They are 4-4 in conference. Illinois Tech coming in with a record of 7-6 overall, 6-2 in conference. It's a big game for both teams for slotting for postseason aspirations. Illinois Tech in their home whites with black shorts, red numerals. And Benedictine with red shorts, black jerseys with white numerals. Benedictine will be going left to right from your viewing vantage point to start off in the first quarter, and Illinois Tech will be right to left. Illinois Tech has the ball now inside the Benedictine zone. Connor Montgomery, bring it back over to Diego Sosa. Sosa will venture on over on the far side. Now he'll make a cut. He has the ball dislodged, and that looks like a caused turnover there by Nathan Theodorovic. So nice job defensively for the Eagles to squelch that Illinois Tech possession, and Benedictine gets a clear. So the Eagles working the ball around on the near side. They'll bring it into the circle over to Musa Diallo. Diallo will bring it into the attack zone, and then he'll circle behind the net. Micah Manukian guarding him there. Now Diallo gets it over to Luke Grant. Behind the net they go to Luis Hernandez. Hernandez now back to Grant. Now up high they go to Dylan Skura. Skura finds a lane, shoots and scores. Dylan Skura gets the goal for Benedictine, and they'll jump out to an early 1-0 lead. Benedictine goal scored by number 2, Dylan Skura, unassisted at 12:14. So Benedictine with the early 1-0 lead. And then we have a ball dislodged over on that near sideline, goes out of bounds. It'll be Illinois Tech ball. And then a turnover back by the Hawks. Now Benedictine coming in, shooting, and a save made. 41, that was off the stick of Oliver Holbert, number 41. But then Benedictine gets the ball back, so a couple turnovers here for the Scarlet Hawks. Just not able to get their offense established, and Benedictine's been able to take advantage of that with a few shot attempts. They already have the one goal. It was a good save there by Johnson, but the subsequent turnover gives the Eagles possession with 57 seconds on the shot clock. Yeah, cold night here, low 40s, light wind, maybe about 8-9 miles per hour out of the east. We're not that far from the lakefront here on 31st and State Street, 31st and the Dan Ryan in Chicago. A couple of the Illinois NAC teams battling it out today. There's a shot that goes wide off the stick of A.J. Smurs, and Benedictine will maintain possession down to 32 seconds on the shot clock. And we get a stoppage here as they'll look to get reset. Now back in action. Manukian guarding Schroeder. And then we got a turnover as Manukian comes up with the ball. Gets it over to Johnson, now over to Bodie Gertzen. Gertzen, crossfield pass, finds his D partner Henry Rankin. Rankin back to Johnson. Johnson back to Rankin. He has a little space in front of him. And now he'll cut through the circle and a clear for Illinois Tech. Here's Jackson Brass inside the zone. He'll peel back, hand it off over to Alexander Stocker. Works it behind the net to Mark Rabusi. He spins, comes out on the far side. His shot, and a save made there by Colin Doyle. Doyle got a piece of that one. And now it's a one and done for the Hawks, and Benedictine's going to clear. So another clear for Benedictine. They're inside the attack zone. And I think we might have got an offsides there on Benedictine. So Illinois Tech ball. Connor Montgomery will bring it up. The Hawks were trying to get a substitution in, and they called that as Coach Sharbaugh is extremely unhappy with the officiating there as he were getting ready to get a sub in. They called a violation on the Hawks. So now Benedictine has the ball. 9:14 to go. Bounce shot and a save made by Johnson. He's able to come up with the ground ball. Johnson hands it off to Gortson. He has a little green in front of him. He's got some space and finds Diego Sosa, who was the one who was intended to come on that last sequence, but Hawks were whistled for a violation. Sosa has the ball dislodged, but Brass is able to pick it up. He's got Mark Rabusi behind the net. Long stick midfielder there, Cooper Lilich, is keeping an eye on Brass. Now Brass will go up high, over to Montgomery. Montgomery looking to wind up, finds a lane, splits the D, shoots, scores! A solo tally for Connor Montgomery gets the game even at 8:30. We're tied at 1. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 7, Connor Montgomery, unassisted at 8:30. So Montgomery with the equalizer, and the Hawks draw even with the Eagles, 1-1. To the circle we go. Canyon Kukul going up against Benedictine's Jack Whalen, and he gets a shot off that, off winning the face-off. He gets a shot that hit the post. And now a ground ball recovery there for Oliver Holbert. So right off the draw, Whalen came straight down and fired a shot, and that hit the right post. Benedictine will move it around the perimeter. A.J. Smurs has it. He'll walk through the circle and hand it back over to Schroeder. Schroeder being guarded by Manukian. Schroeder cuts back upfield, tries to cut to the inside, try and do a curl around. He's looking for some space, gets it over. Shot and a save off the stick of Dylan Skura as Kyle Johnson waving to Skura on that one, as Skura got him the first time, but Johnson gets him this time. That resets the shot clock, however. Good tough shot by Skura, but Johnson was ready for it. Same spot he was going for. And now another shot, and that one saved by Johnson off the stick of Aiden Elliott. And now Johnson will push it upfield. He finds Owen Silverman. Silverman being double teamed. He flips it back to Johnson. Near side, they go to Henry Rankin. Or far side, I should say. Your far side, my near side. Sosa, double team. He'll head upfield. Sosa gets into the zone. Hawks with a clear. Now Sosa will slow it down as he waits for Will Von Iser to join the party, and he gets the ball. Von Iser now waiting. The last, as Alton Brown came on the field, over on the back line. The Hawks will move it around. Here's Sosa, far side. Upfield to Brass. He misses connection there, and upfield they go. I think that's Musa Diallo. Might have caused that turnover. Check that. That was number 20. That was Dominic Flores. So a turnover for the Hawks. Benedictine gets inside the zone. A shot and a save. As Luke Grant fired that one again, and Johnson able to make another save. And we get another fresh shot clock for Benedictine. 1-1, 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. He'll get it over on the near side to Skura. Skura being guarded by Alton Brown. Skura gets it back to Grant. Crossfield they go over to Schroeder. Schroeder will take it wide. Tried to feed it in the middle. Grant picks up the loose ball and gets it back over to Skura. Up high they go. Over to Diallo. Diallo to Schroeder. Near side Grant. Grant still looking for that lane, can't find it. They'll go over to the near side. Looking for a shot attempt there was Aiden Elliott. Wasn't able to get that. Now Grant fires and his shot goes wide. And that's going to be Illinois Tech ball as Kyle Johnson wins the race. And the Hawks gain possession. Let's see if they can get it clear. Bodie Gortson along the far sideline finds Connor Montgomery. Montgomery will cross midfield for the clear for the Hawks. Now Montgomery. Bounce shot. That one goes wide. It'll be Illinois Tech ball. Mark Rabusi on the restart. Jackson Brass on the far side. Brass up high to Logan McLean. McLean going wide. He's double team. He'll get it back up high to Brass. And Montgomery on the near side over to Alexander Stockert. Stockert now to Brass. Brass up top. Tried to feed that pass into Will Von Iser, who was cutting but missed connection. And the other 18 in black was able to pick that up, the goalkeeper, Colin Doyle. Doyle will swing it over to the far side. And then a pass upfield they go to A.J. Smurs, who clears for Benedictine. Skura over to Grant. Grant up high to Dylan Langley. Langley will move it over to Smurs. Smurs will get it back. They'll take it wide on the far side with Logan McLean in pursuit. Now Smurs gets by. Tries a stuff shot, and Kyle Johnson able to make the save there. You can see the speed of A.J. Smurs getting by Logan McLean and getting that shot off, but Johnson saw that developing, and he covered that side of the net. The Hawks get another clear. They'll bring it into the attack zone. Still 1-1, a low-scoring first quarter here. Out of the Hawk games this year, had that low-scoring affair. They play solid defense, do the Hawks. I'll get you some stats here for both teams as we go between the quarter break. Here's Connor Montgomery. Oh, Montgomery has the ball dislodged. Takeaway there, Dominic Flores with the caused turnover and the ground ball. And now Flores gets it back. Over to Grant. Grant shoots, and another save made by Johnson, and he gets the ground ball. Kyle Johnson by far has been the Hawks' best player on the field, and you like that when your goalkeeper is your best player, but that also means Benedictine's getting plenty of chances. Hawks get it into the zone. They'll get it clear. Now they got to do something with it. Here's Stocker. Will Von Iser comes into your picture, and he'll get the ball right now over on the far side. Von Iser being forced wide. Good defense being played there by Oliver Holbert. Gets it over to, and we get a turnover. Now Doyle will push it upfield to Nathan Theodovorich. And now Dylan Skura has it over on the far side. Skura brings it up high to Schroeder. Robert Schroeder. And he'll find A.J. Smurs. Smurs. And Jigger Brault. Smurs. On the near side, they go behind the net over to Aiden Elliott. Elliott being guarded by Henry Rankin. Now Elliott on the near side. Rankin still fronting him. Goes down. Ball is loose. And Rankin gets the ground ball. So it caused turnover as Aiden Elliott tried to knife through, and he was taken down. Elliott thought there should have been a foul there, but none forthcoming. The Hawks clear and get it into the attack zone. Shoot! And a save. Jackson Brass with his first shot attempt of the day, and goalkeeper Colin Doyle was up to the task on that one. So a one and done for the Hawks, and now Benedictine will move it into Hawk territory as they get another clear. I don't think any team has had an unsuccessful clear to this point. Oh, well, that one hit that go in, that went in. Wow. At first, I thought it hit the side of the net, but that's not the case as Luis Hernandez, just kind of a backward shot, and it gets it past an unsuspecting Kyle Johnson for the goal. Benedictine goal scored by number 25, Luis Hernandez, unassisted at 46 seconds. So that's quite the goal from Hernandez, and that puts the Eagles on top 2-1 with just over 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Here's the face-off. Battle for it, and coming up with the loose change was Owen Diwasaki. He's getting hassled, and there's a turnover. Owen Diwasaki tried to carry that in as far as he could, but he was surrounded by 2-3 black jerseys. Oh, and then a giveaway. And an empty net, and oh, what a save made by Doyle. A wide open net for Brass with Doyle out of the net. He dove and made the save. That was something. He's seen a couple great plays by Benedictine here in this last minute. And now here comes Drake Dubeck. Dubeck is going to run out of time. And there's the horn sound, the end of the first quarter. We'll take an audio break. Benedictine 2, Illinois Tech 1. You're watching Illinois Tech Men's Lacrosse on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Back at Stuart Field. Let's talk about those statistics first for the Eagles. They come in with 146 goals scored on the season, 128 allowed. They've been averaging 9.07 goals against, opponents averaging 10.34. Overall team save percentage, Colin Doyle on the season, a .544 save percentage and allowing 8.54 goals against. And for the Scarlet Hawks, coming in, they've scored 112 goals. They've only allowed 113, so just a -1 there. Kyle Johnson with a .617 save percentage. And the Hawks have been allowing 8.69 goals per game. Their opponents allowing 8.61. So both teams kind of similar overall in terms of overall goals against. So we'll go to the circle, Canyon Kukul. And the Eagles, Jack Whalen. Whalen picks up the ball. And now he'll head off, so a successful face-off for Benedictine. They'll take it on the far side, does Aiden Elliott, and they'll go behind the net to Luis Hernandez. Hernandez scored that nifty reverse goal, just kind of over his shoulder, flung it past Kyle Johnson for the 2-1 lead. And then we talked about that huge save by Colin Doyle with an empty net. Jackson Brass, it was on target, but Doyle dove and made the save. So a couple great plays by Benedictine to get the 2-1 lead and preserve the 2-1 lead by Hernandez and Doyle. Here's Skura trying to get a shot. He had the ball dislodged, but then picking up the ground ball was Robert Schroeder. They tried to get a shot off in tight. Quick ball movement by Benedictine. Now the Hawks get it clear. Quickly upfield. Jager Brault trying to get it over to Alton Brown. He slaps it up in the air. Who's going to come down with it? A maze of players, and it looks like the Hawks will. Alexander Stockerp. So Stockerp finds the loose change. Gets it to Diego Sosa. Sosa has the ball dislodged by Thea Dvorak. And, nice job keeping it in by Ben Lafreniere. And Benedictine gets it into Hawk territory. Benedictine playing a solid game, limiting Hawk chances, and a lot of caused turnovers by that team in black against the Hawks. Working the ball around, Aiden Elliott. He'll go up high on the far side to Schroeder. Schroeder and Drake Dubeck battling. They'll go behind the net. I think Henry Rankin might have got a piece of that one. Now he's going for the ground ball. He's not going to get that, but he did interrupt the play for the Eagles. And now he'll have to circle back into defensive posture as the Eagles want to work that run around the side. And another piece of it, I think Gordson might have got a piece of that one too. And it's going to be Illinois Tech ball. Here's Henry Rankin along the near side. He'll loft that one upfield, finds Drake Dubeck. Dubeck gets it into Benedictine territory for the clear. Now Jackson Brass, near side. Below the goal line they go to Mark Rabusi. Far side Stockerp, Connor Montgomery. Montgomery into the circle, Will Von Iser. He'll go over to Brass on the near side. Now Brass will bring it upfield. Brass behind the net, Rabusi, as the Hawks continue to work it around the perimeter and play the patient game. 35 on the shot clock. Montgomery looking for a cut, none forthcoming. Benedictine player goes down. Brass will pick up the errant pass. And he's getting double and triple team. He had the ball knocked away. Once again, a caused turnover there by 58, Nathan Theodovorich. And a clear for Benedictine. Eagles inside. Boy, Nathan Theodorich he's had a handful of caused turnovers already. He's been playing some stout defense there for Benedictine. Here's Schroeder. Schroeder will take it up high. As Jonathan Vitale guarding him. Schroeder has a step on him, however. He'll go behind the net. Pass up front, and it goes in. On the feed from Luis Hernandez. And getting the goal is A.J. Smurs. So Smurs with the goal with the assist from Hernandez. Benedictine goal scored by number 13, A.J. Smurs. Assist number 25, Luis Hernandez. 10:44. So a 3-1 lead for the Eagles. And the Hawks find themselves trailing by 2 with 10:44 to go here in the second quarter. If you're head coach Josh Barry Wingate in his first season, you have to like the effort your team's giving here on the road. Tough place to play against this team, the Hawks, but Benedictine is not flinching. Even though the conference records favor the Hawks here, it doesn't matter to the Eagles. They came in with a plan, and they've been executing it. Here through 1 quarter and 5 minutes. A 3-1 lead. They also won that faceoff, so another faceoff win for the Eagles. As the Hawks have to figure out a way to win in the circle here. Manukian battling. Who's going to come up with it? And Alton Brown had it, and they're going to give possession to the Hawks. So I think Manukian might have caused the turnover, and Alton Brown was able to pick up the ground ball. Then the foul. Here's Jonathan Vitale. He's going to cut through the circle, looking for an outlet. Stutter step, and gets upfield. Gets past 2 defenders. Pressure from behind. Oh, and then the pass. Unable to make the connection. But he pushes it over, keeps it in, but it goes over to Matthew Brunken for Benedictine. And they'll get the Hawk turnover. Yeah, all that effort from Vitale. He just had to slow that down a little bit. Wasn't able to make the connection to Stocker. Yeah, now Benedictine's ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a Benedictine turnover. Hawks will take it over on the far side. Will Von Iser coming on. Connor Montgomery. Hawks trail by 2, 3-1. 9:07 to go in the second quarter. Jackson Brass was 1 shot on the day. Well, actually 2. He had that long shot from just in midfield that Doyle made that diving save on with the empty net. Oh, and then the shot, the ball got wedged in the net, or in the fence. Brass will swing it over to Diego Sosa. Up high to Montgomery. Slingshot, that one goes wide. And that'll be a Mark Rebusi startup. 40 seconds on the shot clock. Rebusi over to Von Iser. And they find Montgomery. Back to Von Iser. Now Rebusi. They'll switch his sides over to Brass. Sosa. Sosa fakes the pass. Oh, and a nice reception there by Montgomery, but the shot goes wide. He did well to receive that one, but he was in some tight traffic and wasn't able to get a clear lane on the shot. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Brass. Now Stocker back to Brass. Over to Sosa, who's knocked down. Rebusi picks it up. Von Iser misplayed it. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Looks like Benedictine will get the turnover. Ball was recovered there on the ground ball recovery by 22 Nathan Osborne. And now the Eagles have another clear. Inside the zone they go. So long possession there for the Hawks. They got a few shots off, but none of them were on target. And in that final opportunity, they turned it over with about 7 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Schroeder on the near side. They'll go up high to Diallo. Diallo to Aiden Elliott. Elliott's pass was intercepted, so good job by Henry Rankin. It caused turnover for 4. Rankin will bring it upfield. He finds Diego Sosa. That's a clear for the Hawks. Sosa into the attack zone. Finds Stockerp. 7 minutes to go, second quarter. Stockerp will slow it down, wait for some numbers. And now Connor Montgomery. Montgomery curls inside, outside. He'll go back up high as Sosa to his right. That's where he goes. Diego Sosa being flanked by Thea Dvorich, who's been stellar on the back line there for Benedictine. Stockerp finds a lane, gets it to Montgomery, but he was quickly marked there by Lilich. Now Rabusi behind the net, 16 on the shot clock. Rabusi spins back and forth, loses the ball. Now over to Sosa, slingshot, that one goes wide. And there's only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Not much the Hawks will be able to do here. They'll have it on the restart, and they'll just roll it over to the far side. That'll be a violation on, well, they never called it, but either way it's a turnover, and Benedictine will get the ball back. Clear for Benedictine as Skura brings it in on the far side. And we're going to get a timeout, I believe, called by the Eagles. So timeout Eagles with 5:47 to go in the second quarter. We'll take it with them. 3-1 Benedictine on Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Back at Stuart Field, Benedictine holding a 3-1 lead over Illinois Tech here in Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Men's Lacrosse. 5:47 to go in the second quarter. Illinois Tech down by 2. It'll be Benedictine ball. 68 seconds on the shot clock as we come back after their timeout. So it's been a well-played first half so far for Benedictine. And Coach Barry Wingate calling a timeout there. He really wants to maximize this offensive set here. Try and open up a 3-goal lead, which would be an even better first half for the visitors. Now behind the net they go. Over to Hernandez, who has a goal and an assist on the night. Over to Schroeder on the near side. Schroeder looking for an outlet. Now he'll try and spin inside. He's being double-teamed. Schroeder now fires a shot, and Johnson makes the save. So Johnson makes the save on the Schroeder shot. The Hawks will look to get a clear here as Bodie Gortson lofts it upfield. He finds Jaeger Brault. And the Hawks get another clear. Micah Manukian. He'll border that restraining line. He's getting double teamed there. Looking for an outlet, finds Stocker. And then they'll get it over to Connor Montgomery. Sosa will check in as Manukian will check out. Oh, there's a hold there. Not called, but Montgomery maintains possession. Here's Connor Montgomery behind the net. Montgomery trying to work his way in and gets it up high. He misses that connection to Von Iser. It'll go out of bounds, so Montgomery kind of getting frustrated behind the net there. He looked and tried to get it to Von Iser, but the pass was too high and it rolled out of bounds. So a turnover for Illinois Tech, another turnover. As we'll get those first half stats. We'll get those to you. And they're going to get an offsides penalty on Stocker. He was kind of goaded into it by the Benedictine bench, but either way, he needed to make sure he wasn't going to be offsides, but he was. And so there'll be an offsides penalty called. Unless we have a score here. And we have the ball dislodged, and Henry Rankin comes up with it, and now we'll get that penalty assessed. So 30-second penalty for Alexander Stocker for the offsides. He'll be released at 3:03. It's a 30-second man-up opportunity. Reset the shot clock. So man-up opportunity for Benedictine, looking to add to their 3-1 lead. Elliott gets it back. Elliott again. Working it around. Skura gets it back. Up high they go to Diallo. And ball knocked down by Alton Brown. Here's Elliott. Now penalty is over. And then a turnover. As knocking the ball loose was Owen Diwasaki. Both teams back at full strength. Now Jaeger Brault will spin inside the zone, gets it to Jackson Brass. Sosa checking in from the sideline. Also Connor Montgomery will be up high waiting to come in as soon as Alton Brown makes his way in. The Hawks have 2.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter to cut into their 2-goal deficit, as Benedictine has been frustrating the Hawks offensively. And then a shot attempt that goes high from Connor Montgomery. The Hawks will retain possession. Sosa on the restart in the near corner. He'll go up high to Brass. Jackson Brass to Montgomery. Montgomery being forced wide again. Now Rabusi. Pass up high. Eventually got its way over to Brass. Brass. Bounce shot. That one hit the side of the net. Maybe that left post. Ball is loose, and coming up with it is Montgomery. They did reset the shot clock. So Brass able to get a tough shot on target. Now Stocker. Stocker inside. That one's going to roll out of bounds. Benedictine timeout. We'll take it with them. 3-1. Eagles on top of the Scarlet Hawks with 1:28 to go in the second quarter. Hey, we're back at Stuart Field. It'll be Illinois Tech ball, 46 seconds on the shot clock. Benedictine called the timeout. They wanted to talk things over defensively. Give the Hawks an opportunity to also strategize, see if they can come out with a way to get a ball past Colin Doyle. They've only had one go past him so far. Here's Brass. Brass finds Montgomery, slingshot. That one goes wide into the far corner. Oh, they're going to say Doyle got a piece of that one, so he gets a save. They reset the shot clock. I thought Montgomery had just sailed that one, but apparently Doyle had gotten a piece of it on top of the Stockerp. In tight, bounce shot, score! Alexander Stockerp with the goal, and the Hawks cut their deficit to 1. It's 3-2. So the goal by Alexander Stockerp, assist by Jackson Brass, and the Hawks cut their deficit to 1, 3-2. 39 seconds remaining, or another face-off win for the Eagles. They've been dominating in the circle. Now here's Aiden Elliott. Good job there by Alton Brown to disrupt that pass, but Benedictine recovers. A.J. Smurs. Smurs, the speedy attacker for the Eagles. Now they work it over to Elliott on the far side. 7 seconds on the clock. Elliott trying to work his way inside. He goes down, and now we get a stop. Oh, we're going to get a foul on the Hawks. There's only half a second on the clock. So half a second on the clock. It'll be Benedictine ball. Shot might have gotten off for the horn sound, but either way, doesn't go in, and we go to halftime. Illinois Tech trails 3-2 to Benedictine. This is Northern Athletics Collegiate Conference Men's Lacrosse on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. And welcome back to Stuart Field. Halftime score, Benedictine 3, Illinois Tech 2. We'll go over the team stats first. 16 shots for the Eagles, 13 for the Scarlet Hawks. Shots on goal 12 to 6. Advantage Benedictine. Benedictine was 0 for 1 on their only man-up opportunity. The Hawks have not had a man-up opportunity. Ground ball 16-10 in favor of Benedictine. They were 6 for 7 in the face-off circle were the Eagles. 8 for 8 on clears. The Hawks were 14 for 14. 9 saves for Kyle Johnson in that first half, keeping the Hawks close in this game. 9 turnovers for Eagles, 12 for the Scarlet Hawks. 6 caused turnovers for Benedictine, 8 for Illinois Tech. And again, we only had the one penalty, 30-second penalty to Alexander Stocker. As far as individuals, for Benedictine, a goal for Skura, goal for Smers, and a goal and assist for Luis Hernandez. And why do I only have one team show here? Where is Illinois Tech? I believe they're over there. There's Illinois Tech. A goal for Alexander Stockerp and a goal for Connor Montgomery. 1 assist for Jackson Brass. Those are your individual leaders. My computer's cold. Well, there you have it. 3-2 lead for Benedictine as we get ready here in about a minute and a half. So actually the officials not exactly sure what's going on. They're taking off their jackets and they're putting them over on the far side. I thought they were walking out to warm up. I said, hey, gentlemen, we still got a little ways to go here. But they're just putting their jackets over on the far sideline as we get ready for the start of the second half here with about a minute to go. Yeah, 30 seconds to go, and our stat crew is making a beeline through the field. They cut through some traffic, and they cut through the sideline, and they made it. What a job by the stat crew, just in time. We'll go to the circle. It'll be number 15. That's Dwayne Akins for the Hawks. And number 10, Jack Whalen for Benedictine. Again, Benedictine was 6 for 7 in the circle, make it 7 for 8 as Whalen gets the ground ball. So face-off win for Benedictine, and now they'll crank it back up. Benedictine going left to right, start off the third quarter. 3-2 in favor of the Eagles. I can't feel my hands. Wrong day to forget my gloves at home, but that's where we are. Behind the net, Hernandez with a goal and an assist. He'll get it over to Schroeder on the far side. Schroeder back to Hernandez. Brings it up high to Skura. Cross field they go to Grant. Now Grant dumps it in. Oh, that was an opportunity for Alton Brown. Now he's going to try for it again. He's able to wing it upfield. And who's going to get it? It's Rabusi, who was fouled from behind. It'll be Illinois Tech ball. So Brown doing a good job of just flinging it upfield. And the Hawks are able to gain possession. Now Jackson Brass in the circle. Benedictine's doing a good job of neutralizing Brass so far. He's got the 1 assist. He's had a couple shots. But as good scorers do, the Hawks' all-time program leading scorer, he will get his opportunities. Feeds that one inside. Shot hits the side of the net from Montgomery, and it's going to be Illinois Tech ball. Spun around. Nice feed by Brass. He's been more of a facilitator this season, too. Not always the one taking all the shots. He's been quarterbacking that offense for a good stretch. But again, he'll get his share. Leading goal scorer is Diego Sosa. Over to Stocker. 39 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Brass. Up high to Stocker. Now Von Iser. Connor Montgomery. Montgomery to Brass. There's Sosa over on the far side. Montgomery to Sosa. Flips it to Brass. Brass looking for that lane. Knocked down was Jackson Brass. And we're going to get a penalty on Benedictine as they get that ball up high. The shot clock will wind down. We had a flag thrown on the field. Now we're going to see what the call is. .30 seconds for hold. And that'll be on Nathan Theodovorich. 11:48 release, so a 30-second man-up opportunity for Illinois Tech. So this is the Hawks' first man-up opportunity. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Now Stocker fakes it to Brass. They'll swing it behind the net. They go up high to Brass. Shot, score! Jackson Brass on the feed. I believe Mark Rabusi assisted that one. Jackson Brass with the goal. A man-up goal for the Hawks. Assist 32. Mark Rabusi. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 12, Jackson Brass. Assist number 32, Mark Rabusi. That is a man-up goal at 11:59. We're all tied at 3. Hawks win the faceoff as Dwayne Akins spins, has the ball dislodged by Jack Whalen. So winning the faceoff, but then immediately losing possession. That's not what you wanted, but that's the situation the Hawks are in now. They got to defend. Here's Schroeder. He'll cut underneath the circle and take it over to the near side with Jonathan Vitale in pursuit. Schroeder gets the shot through and a save made by Kyle Johnson. He has Bodie Gortson to his right, and that's where he went with the ball. Gortson will go cross field to Henry Rankin. He's got a little green in front of him, but he'll drop it back to Johnson. Johnson lofts it high to Sosa with the reception, and the Hawks get the clear. Sosa into the attack zone. He's got Brass to his right. He's going to wind up, shoot! And that one they're going to say he got a piece of, so a save made by Doyle, and it'll be Illinois Tech possession. Here's Jackson Brass. Up high to Connor Montgomery. Von Iser now into the picture. Near side over to Stocker. Behind the net, Rabusi over to Sosa. Here's Brass. Brass to Montgomery. Tipped, and then recovered by Stocker. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Stocker over to Van Iser. Now Sosa. Sosa to Brass. Brass up high. Montgomery winds up. Shoots. Save made. Colin Doyle. And Doyle picks up the ground ball. Oh, and then the Hawks get it right back. Well, Hawks get it back. Sosa works it around over to Montgomery. That was a nice save there by Doyle. Got the ground ball, but then the Hawks knocked it free and got it back. Now Sosa shoots. Save made. That was a riser from Sosa, but well played by Doyle as he went up the ladder to get that one. And now Doyle will swing it to Theodovoric. Here's a clear for Benedictine as Dylan Skura brings it into offensive territory for Benedictine. Schroeder to Smurs. Back to Schroeder on the far side. Schroeder finds Luke Grant. And we're going to get a hold by Benedictine, so they get a penalty or a violation. The Hawks get it inside the zone. Jager Brault with a bounce shot and a save made by Doyle. He was on his legs. He was down and out, but he was able to make the save and then recover. A one and done for the Hawks. And now Benedictine brings it back up. We're all tied at 3. 3-3 with 8:24 to go here in the third quarter. A.J. Smurs over on the far side. Drake Dubeck tracking his numeral sake there. Now Luke Grant. And behind the net to Luis Hernandez. Hernandez trying to spin up field. Unable to, but he gets the pass off, and that's received there by Schroeder. Now Aiden Elliott. Elliott fires. That one never got through. And picking up the ball is Henry Rankin. Rankin trying to get it to Brass. He does. Brass fires, scores! Jackson Brass with an assist from Henry Rankin, and the Hawks take a 4-3 lead. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 12, Jackson Brass. Assist number 4, Henry Rankin. 7:22. So Illinois Tech, trailing 3-1 at one point, have scored 3 unanswered goals to take a 4-3 lead. And that's something they did Saturday against Cornell as well. They fell behind 2-0 and then wound up scoring 6 unanswered goals to eventually take that game 8-3. And now in this one, they fell behind 1-0, tied it at 1, fell behind 3-1, and now have opened up their first lead of the day, 4-3. Still plenty of time to go in this one, though. And we're going to get an offsides on Benedictine. So an offsides violation against the Eagles. Hawks come into the zone. Oh, and then that pass kept in by Stockerp on the feed from Manukian as he kept it in along that near sideline. Well, Manukian coming off. Vitali will check in. Behind the net to Rabusi. Rabusi spinning. He'll take it wide over to the far side where Brass receives it. Jackson Brass with a pair of goals and an assist. Brass. Behind the net, Rabusi. Swinging it over to Montgomery. Montgomery, behind the back pass, finds Stocker. Back up high to Montgomery. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Diego Sosa. Sosa trying to work his way in, unable to. Oh, and then little stutter step there. He's still trying to work it. Gets free, shoots, and it goes wide. And they're going to say that one went wide, so no reset on the shot clock. There's only 7 seconds remaining. Here's Rebusi. And they go up high, and they're unable to get a shot off, so that's a shot clock violation on Illinois Tech. Benedictine inside the zone. A.J. Smurs. Into the circle they go, Jack Dardis. Dardis now to Schroeder. Back to Dardis in the circle. Dardis being guarded by Micah Manukian. Now Dardis trying to break free. Gets around Manukian. Then goes behind the net. Aiden Elliott. Elliott to Dardis, up high to Smurs. Smurs with the shot and a save made. Kyle Johnson pushed back upfield they go. As that one's given over to Owen Diwasaki. Finds Alexander Stocker. And Stocker will slow it down as the Hawks get their offensive set. Now Montgomery in the circle. 4:14 to go here in period number 3, quarter number 3, 4-3 Illinois Tech. They came from a 3-1 deficit to take the 4-3 lead. This important conference matchup for both teams. Hawks with a 6-2 conference record, and Benedictine with a 4-4 record. Obviously, the game has greater significance to the Eagles, but either way, it's a conference match. They both want to win this one with postseason aspirations. Rebusi tried to flip that one behind Doyle, but it hit the side of the net, and then Doyle was able to get the ground ball recovery. So now Doyle will flip it over to Dylan Skura on the far side. And he brings it into the Hawk zone for a clear. Schroeder. Now Hernandez. Luis Hernandez with a goal and an assist. Hernandez spinning. And again, Hernandez had one of the prettiest goals you'll see in that first half. And behind the back shot that kind of surprised Kyle Johnson and went in. Working his way through was Aiden Elliott. 28 seconds on the shot clock. And Elliott will do the restart for the Eagles. Elliott circles to the near side. He'll go up high. Back to Elliott. Dylan Skura had it for a moment. Ball knocked around. Who's going to come up with it? And eventually it's Alton Brown for the Hawks. So the Hawks get the turnover after a lengthy battle for the ground ball over in that near corner. And now Johnson will push it upfield. Clear for the Hawks as Drake Dubeck gets it over to Alexander Stocker. Stocker has Brass in the circle, and that's where he's going to go with it. And now Connor Montgomery will trail behind. And that's where the ball will go from Brass. Back to Brass. He's being forced high and wide. Now Montgomery. Logan McLean. Will Von Iser behind the net to Mark Rebusi. Rebusi will swing it back to Stockerp on the near side. And dropping down low is Montgomery. High is Stockerp. Stockerp finds Brass, cross field. Over to Montgomery. McLean cuts through. And now Brass shoots, scores! Jackson Brass, as Logan McLean kind of cut through, setting a little bit of a screen. And then Brass found a lane, cut through, and was able to get the goal, his third of the match. Illinois Tech goal, his third of the match, scored by number 12, Jackson Brass, unassisted. So Brass gets the goal, and the Hawks jump to a 2-goal lead here, 5-3. And again, McLean just drifted through the lane there. Just kind of drew some attention, and then Brass was he was able to use that to his advantage. A little bit of a screen to work his way into a shooting lane, and he fired it past Doyle for the 5-3 lead, his third goal of the match. 3 goals and an assist for the Hawks senior, who celebrated Senior Day along with 4 other seniors this past Saturday. Oh, shot there from Rebusi. And I don't know if that one ever got on net. They're going to say it's Hawks' ball. They didn't reset the shot clock, so it was just blocked. 7 seconds left in the quarter, and then a shot by Sosa goes wide, goes out of bounds on that far side. Hawks will get it on the restart. They're not going to be able to get a shot off, however, and we'll go to the fourth quarter. Illinois Tech with a 5-3 lead on Benedictine. You're watching Illinois Tech Men's Lacrosse on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network. Back at Stuart Field, I see some comments in the chat here. Thanks for chiming in, both Benedictine and Illinois Tech fans. Okay. Nathan Theodorovich. is the pronunciation key that's on my roster. Theodorovich. So if that's wrong, you can blame the coach or Tim Calderwood, SID, my counterpart at Benedictine. Send your mail to him. I appreciate the comments, though, on the stream. It's fun. This has been a fun match. Good battle between these two teams here as we continue on. And we appreciate everyone participating who's participating in the chat there. It's been a healthy chat, nothing out of line, which I appreciate too. There's a shot and a save made as Skura gets that shot off. And then Johnson with the quick clear. Here's Brass. Brass fires, scores! Jackson Brass with his 4th goal, and the Hawks go up 6-3. Illinois Tech goal. His 4th of the match, scored by number 12, Jackson Brass. Assist, number 8, Kyle Johnson. So Illinois Tech now grabs a 3-goal lead. They were trailing 3-1. It's now 6-3 Hawks. And now Benedictine in the final quarter here. Another face-off win there for Whalen. He fires and another save for Johnson. We saw that in the first quarter. Whalen won a face-off and then took it all the way down and got a shot off, and it hit the post. That time it was on net, and Johnson able to make the save, but another face-off win for Whalen. He's been tough in the circle. Behind the net, Rebusi. And now Stocker over to Connor Montgomery up high. There's Sosa, and now Jackson Brass. Behind the net again to Rebusi. So, yeah, no sooner did I say Jackson Brass was doing a lot more facilitating this year. He's got 4 goals on the day. He does have an assist. That one bounces through the crease, and that's kept in. Nice job there by Mark Rebusi for the Hawks. Over on the far side, he'll go up high to Montgomery. Montgomery thought about it and gets it to Sosa. Brass swings and scores! Jackson Brass with his 5th goal on a feed from Diego Sosa, and the Hawks have now opened up a 4-goal lead, 7-3. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 12, Jackson Brass, his 5th of the match. Assist number 20, Diego Sosa. To the circle we go. It'll be Jack Whalen and Kenyon Kukul for Illinois Tech. And Whalen wins that faceoff, gets the ground ball again, and then he'll drop it low as they work the ball upfield to, don't want to say it wrong, Theodorovich, as that was corrected by his mom in the stream. And I appreciate that. At least that, again, I'm using the pronunciation on the roster, so hopefully that's correct. But your son Nathan has had a whale of a game, especially in that first half. I mispronounced his name multiple times, but that means he was very active in that match. Had a lot of caused turnovers as well. Here's Luis Hernandez trying to fight through a double team there. He still maintains possession. Then it's knocked loose. Tries to get it back, and the Hawks pick it up. Owen Diwasaki. And they try to feed it to Jaeger Brault. He gets it in the circle, and the Hawks have a clear. Brault speeding into the zone. And now he'll throw it over to Micah Manukian. Manukian loses the handle. Who comes up with it? Looks like it's Rebusi. And we're going to get an Illinois Tech timeout. So Illinois Tech will call a timeout. We'll take it with them. A 7-3 lead with 11:24 to go in the fourth quarter. Back at Stuart Field, Illinois Tech has opened up a 4-goal lead on the Eagles, 7-3, 11:24 remaining in the fourth quarter. Illinois Tech has possession inside the offensive zone, 63 seconds on the shot clock. And I think it's Rebusi who will, no, it'll be Brass who gets the ball in the restart in that near corner. Here's Jackson Brass. He'll take it up high as the Hawks can afford to work and be patient on these offensive sets here. Brass works it into Sosa, behind the net to Rebusi. Now Montgomery being forced wide, and a shot, and I believe, Doyle definitely got a piece of that one, forced it high, so they reset the shot clock. And now Rebusi behind the net again. He'll go to Montgomery as he passes it over the head of the official. Now Montgomery being marked there by Ben Lafreniere. Montgomery shoots and scores. Connor Montgomery gets it by Doyle, and it's an 8-3 Illinois Tech lead. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 7, Connor Montgomery, unassisted. So Montgomery with the tally. That's his second of the match. And it's an 8-3 lead. So again, we talked about the Hawks falling behind 2-0 to Cornell on Saturday during senior day. And eventually able to win that one 8-3. Well, falling behind 3-1 here to Benedictine. And they now lead 8-3. Still 10.5 to go, though. Plenty of time. Whalen shoots off the draw and a save made by Johnson. Boy, Jack Whalen just masterful in the circle there. And he's gotten 3 shots off his face-off wins. Getting the ground ball and getting straight up the field and putting it on net, but Kyle Johnson has been ready for him 2 of the 3 times. The first time hit the post. Here's Brass. 5 goals on the day for Brass, 2 for Montgomery. As that ball gets in, shot, and Will Von Iser joins the party for Illinois Tech. And this game is getting away from the Eagles now as it's a 9-3 lead, a 6-goal lead for Illinois Tech. With 9:51 to go, the goal by Will Von Iser. And we get a timeout. Timeout. Benedictine timeout. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 18, Will Von Iser. Assist number 12, Jackson Brass. So it's a Benedictine timeout. We'll take it with them. Illinois Tech up 9-3 with 9:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Stuart Field. It's a 9-3 lead for Illinois Tech. 8 unanswered goals for the Scarlet Hawks. After trailing 3-1, they now lead 9-3. So the Hawks in familiar territory, falling behind the last couple games, but able to pick up the momentum there. But, man, we talked about that first quarter by Benedictine. It could not have gone any better for them. And the first half in general, they had a 3-2 lead. But they were stymieing the Hawks. A lot of caused turnovers. They were winning most of the statistical battles in that first half as we read those first half statistics. But, again, the Hawks just picked up the effort. Here comes Benedictine. They need goals in bunches right now. They'll loft it up high. That one moves upfield. Schroeder's going to track it down for the Eagles. He's being guarded there by Logan McLean, and McLean forces the turnover, gets the ground ball, and gets the clear for the Hawks. Logan McLean. Oh, and he gets whaled from behind. Oh, and now things are getting a little bit out of hand here as Micah Manukian came in there, and then a flag went through as he cross-checked someone. But looks like the penalty's going to be on the Eagles as the Hawks have possession, and the whistle did not sound. So I'm interested to see who they called the foul. They could have called a pair of fouls there. Illinois Tech ball. Connor Montgomery being fronted there by Lafreniere. Montgomery thought about it, and then he peels back. Now wide open, Jackson Brass shoots and scores. Jackson Brass with his 6th goal on the feed from Connor Montgomery, and it's a 10-3 lead for Illinois Tech. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 12, Jackson Brass. His 6th of the match. Assist number 7, Connor Montgomery. 10-3 is your score. It's 8:14 remaining. They'll pick up the flag now. Or actually, they're coming over to the side, so we'll see. So they did call the penalty. It is on 32, Robert Schroeder, illegal body check. It's a 1-minute penalty, so it'll still be a man-up situation for Illinois Tech. And they'll go to the circle. Whalen going up against Dwayne Akins, and Whalen wins another faceoff. Faceoff and a ground ball. Then he has the ball knocked loose, picks it back up, but it's intercepted by Jaeger Brault. Brault pushes it over to Stockerp and heads out, so a nice job by 24 and White to recover the ball. A desperate attempt from Whalen, and then Stockerp had the ball knocked loose, but Jackson Brass is there to recover on the near side. 7:44 to go, a 10-3 lead for Illinois Tech. Pass inside, trying to get that inside to Brass, or actually Rebusi. And now Benedictine's pushing it upfield. And trying to get the clear, they do. Nice job there by Matthew Brunken to get the clear for the Eagles. Here's Luke Grant. And now over to Hulbert. Hulbert will dash through the circle. Oliver Hulbert. Near side over to Aiden Elliott. Elliott up high now to Dardis. Dardis to the circle they go, and Skura. Back to Dardis. A.J. Smurs now enters the picture over on the far side. Smurs gets around Brault for the moment. Smurs had a step and hands it off to Skura. Oh, nice pick set there by Grant, opening up for Skura, but he didn't have a lane. Now he gets it inside, trying to feed it to Dardis. Ball is knocked down. Who's going to come up with it? Still battling for it to the right of Kyle Johnson, and it's Benedictine who picks it up. Here's Aiden Elliott. Elliott with a bounce shot. That goes wide. It'll maintain possession, but the shot clock, there's only 1 second on the shot clock. And so Benedictine will have the shot clock violation. And Illinois Tech does a good job defensively to stymie the Eagles on that particular possession. 5:58 remaining. Crossfield pass, they go to Bodie Gortson, now to Johnson. And Johnson pushes it upfield to Manukian. Manukian ducks under a check and gets it into the Benedictine zone for a clear. And now Rebusi. Rebusi has really taken over that X position. Stockerp had it most of this season, but over the last few games, it's been 32 and White who's been doing the quarterbacking behind the net. And Stockerp has been over sort of on the left wing side, if you will. He's kind of in the middle right now as Montgomery winds up and scores. Connor Montgomery with the hat trick. And the Hawks have an 11-3 lead on the goal by Connor Montgomery. Illinois Tech goal scored by number 7, Connor Montgomery. His third of the match, unassisted. To the circle we go. It's Alex Tetlak against Tomas Sheffrin for Illinois Tech. 11-3 lead for Illinois Tech. 10 unanswered goals. And the Hawks will look to move to 7-2 in conference play. The Eagles will fall to 4-5 unless something dramatic changes here. Benedictine wins the draw, the face-off on a violation by the Hawks. And now they'll look to pepper some shots on goaltender Kyle Johnson. Hernandez will find Aiden Elliott. They'll go up high to A.J. Smurs. Smurs just kind of had that one go out of his cross there. Just kind of mishandled it, and it just kind of lofted in the air. And the Hawks pick up the ground ball. There's Brass, leaves 2 defenders in his wake, and then drops it over to Stockerp over on the far corner. Stockerp to Montgomery. Will Von Iser will cut through. Stockerp will set up on top of the fan area there. Now Montgomery fakes the pass, shoots, and a save made by Colin Doyle on the shot from Connor Montgomery, looking for his 4th tally of the evening. Benedictine clears. Inside the zone they go. They'll feed it over to Luke Grant. Luke Grant shoots. And that one goes wide. It'll be Benedictine ball. 65 seconds on the shot clock, 4:02 on the 4th quarter clock. Luis Hernandez spinning around Bodie Gortson. Here's Schroeder. Schroeder changes directions, drops it to Elliott, and Elliott scores. Aiden Elliott breaks the goal streak for the Hawks on a nice feed from Schroeder. And Benedictine is on the board. They trail now by 7, 11-4. All right. Benedictine goal scored by number 14, Aiden Elliott. Assist number 32, Robert Schroeder. So the Eagles break that 10 consecutive unanswered goals by the Hawks. And a nice goal by Aiden Elliott, a bounce shot past Kyle Johnson on the feed from Schroeder. That's 11-4, 3:19 remaining. Here's Luke Grant working his way through, fires and scores. Luke Grant, back-to-back goals for the Eagles, as Grant was determined to get a shot off there. He went through 3-4 defenders and fired it into the top left corner past Johnson. It's now 11-5. Benedictine goal scored by number 17, Luke Grant, unassisted. 3:14 remaining. Back-to-back goals for Benedictine. They pull within 6 now, 11-5. And we get a face-off win for the Hawks and Dwayne Akins. Stockert will take it. He'll take it up high. He'll spin through the circle. Actually, he'll stay there and then loft it over to Diego Sosa. Sosa being marked by Will Gaynor. Now Sosa working his way through. He goes behind the net to Rabusi. Back in tight to Von Iser. Didn't have a lane. Goes to Vitali, but the ball knocked loose, and picking up the loose change is Colin Piedmont. Piedmont get it back over to Dominic Flores, but the pass was intercepted. Flores' pass was taken by Alton Brown. Oh, and Brown loses it. Caused turnover there by Will Gaynor. Now Gaynor's pass, that one's going to go over towards the near corner, trying to get it to Luis Hernandez, but who has it? I guess it's Benedictine ball. Now we get a flag after all that action. We'll see what the call is here. So it's an offsides call against Diego Sosa, 30-second penalty. 2:03 on the shot clock, and they have a full 80 on the, or 2:03 on the game clock and a full 80 on the shot clock for the Eagles. As they trail by 6, they have a man-up opportunity for the next 30 seconds. Back-to-back goals by Benedictine from Aiden Elliott and Luke Grant. Man-up opportunity for Benedictine. They need goals in a hurry. They tried to get the pass into Grant. Grant looking for the ground ball. Bodie Gortson battling. And Benedictine eventually gets the ball back. Smers. Now Elliott up high. Smers fires and a save made by Kyle Johnson. Penalty over. Both teams back at full strength. Now Johnson, as Diego Sosa came off the penalty area and was looking for the ball from Johnson, clear for Manukian and the Hawks. So we're down to minute 11 remaining in the match. 6-goal lead for Illinois Tech. Now Rabusi being whacked from behind there. Killing some time, gets it to Montgomery over in the far corner. Montgomery will go over to the near corner. As now we're down to 38 seconds remaining. 26 on the shot clock, 31 on the game clock, so about a 8-second difference. And we're going to get a penalty there on Nathan Osborne for the slash. Hawks will just take the air out of the ball right now as Manukian will take it over on the near side. 8 seconds left. And now 7.5 remaining. On the game clock, as that was a shot clock violation for Illinois Tech. Penalty was on Nathan Osborne, so 7.5 second man-up opportunity for Illinois Tech. And I imagine they'll just try and work that clock down to end the match. Connor Montgomery has the ball over on the near sideline. And that'll do it. Illinois Tech found themselves trailing 3-1 on a confident Benedictine team who had a very good plan coming in with this game, especially in that first quarter, stymieing the Hawks. In the first half statistics, they were winning that battle, but the Hawks flipped the switch in the second half. They wind up winning this match 11-5. So again, Illinois Tech moving to 7-2 in conference play. Benedictine will fall to 4-5. And that'll do it here from Stuart Field. I want to thank everyone for tuning in on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network, whether you're a Benedictine fan or Illinois Tech fan. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Next time will be this Saturday. We have Illinois Tech women's lacrosse as they take on Lawrence University at 11 a.m. And then Illinois Tech baseball will be taking on St. Norbert in a doubleheader at noon and 3 p.m. You can see all three of those games right here on the Scarlet Hawk Broadcast Network. This is Eric Willowhite, Sports Information Director for Illinois Tech Athletics, saying so long, and we'll see you next time on the Scarlet Hawks Broadcast Network.